We have quite a high proportion of what I would call beginner writers, i.e. they don't really have track records. They may have done a couple of shorts, they may have done some easy access television, but nothing much. You can't really represent too many of those because there are only so many places you can push them to. So what we look for now tends to be writers with some credits, the more the better. I was once told by another agent that they worked out that every relatively new writer they took on lost them money for the first 3 years, even when they were earning. The actual loss was there, and you have to therefore have a lot of faith that they're going to get you beyond that. Essentially, writing ability, I've taken on first script if I fell in love with it. Interestingly enough, 2 clients I took on, their first scripts were remarkably good and their subsequent ones were not. They somehow managed to tell a story really well, didn't really understand how they did it. When they came to do the next one, they had become much more self-conscious. This happens with novelists. Writers will spend 3 years sweating blood over their first novel. They'll be very apprehensive because they think nobody has ever heard of me. I'm going to have to really try and do well. The first novel gets sold and suddenly they think they know it all. So ego does play a part. Writers who are flexible, writers who are willing to not only write for television, but actually have some passion for good television. I think there's more good television drama on at the moment than there are more good British movies being made. Whether it's Andrew Davis writing Bleak House, shows like Life on Mars, Spooks. There's a lot of extremely well-written, well-produced drama on television. And I think that very often the purely British movies that are made because tax money is available. They have to go quickly because the tail that wags the dog is the investor wants the film to be made because they don't get their investment. And the people making the film may or may not care about whether it's a good film or not. I'm not saying they all don't. They just want to take the money and run. But there are films that come out which die very quickly, and you can see why. And I think that one of the attributes of a writer is an ability to write, or a willingness to write, in a range of formats and a range of genres. A client who comes in, or potential client who comes in with one script, either I can sell the script or not, but I can't put them up for much work, because whatever that script is, if it's not a comedy, I can't put them up for comedy work. If it's a 30-minute TV drama, I can't put them up for 50-minute or for an hour. So I think one of the advantages of doing, say, an MA or in script writing, is you will end up at the end of your course with a portfolio of different formats, different lengths, different genres. Essentially, most writers at the beginning of their career earn money by being writers for hire. They do not earn money by selling their original scripts, and this is difficult to accept for some writers who feel that the reason they're writing is to sell what they have created. And they find it difficult to accept that actually for the first 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, 90% of what they earn will come writing existing shows, or indeed treatments or ideas that come from producers, which sadly may be not as good as their own treatments or ideas, but the producers have got the money and have got big egos. And it's that flexibility, it's that understanding that script writing is not like playwriting, it's not like novel writing. You are a cog in a much bigger machine, and it's no good saying, no, I want to do it on my own. Even if you really go all the way and you get hold of a high camera and find someone to help you, and you go and film it with your friends, which is a commendable thing to do in many respects. But it tends to normally not lead to great success.